This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about that game we seen yesterday. I mean, there was some good in there, but there were some ugly things that happened in that game. But Andrew Mukuba, looking like he could be somebody. Then we're going to talk about the offense in general, the defense in general. Bennett was decent, but let's just get into the video. All right, man. Let's talk about it. So let's start with the offensive side of the ball. I mean, 83, 86 yards total. The run game wasn't that great. The offensive line wasn't that great. The receivers, I feel bad for because you look at a guy, I think Elijah Cooks was out there. I'm not sure who was out there, but whatever receivers were on the bubble, I don't know how they made the team. Like Terrence Marshall Jr., right? Having a great camp, but he missed that first game with Tanner McKee. He got to go out there with DTR, and he got to make the most of his opportunities. He had a bad drop, and it was just terrible offense. But let's start with that offensive line. I mean, I have to say this. If Mulata or Lane Johnson go down, I feel like we're cooked. We're cooked. There's no Fred Johnson on this team. There's even no Mekhi Becton. There's no Tyler Steen as a backup. I like Matt Pryor, but he was terrible. I like Darian Kennard, but he was terrible. Terrible. So the backup tackles were terrible. And, that trickled down to, you already got a subpar quarterback. That just make them even worse. Now, DTR, horrible. Horrible. I mean, I know it was a bad snap by Brett Toth, but you don't throw the ball in that situation, just throw it up for a prayer, then the team running back for a pick six. You don't do that. DTR was terrible. I don't think he should take another snap as the Eagles. I will say this, if Jalen Hurts go down and Tanner McKee go down, the season is over. We just got to prepare for the next season. Draft picks, just start making draft videos. Let's talk about who's coming out the draft because if those two go down, it's a wrap. I don't care who they receivers, who they O-linemen are. Kyle McCord, DTR, both was terrible. They both were terrible. But I have to say this. One guy that made the most of his opportunities was Ainias Smith. Ainias Smith made a strong case on why he should make this team. Not only did he make the most out of catching the pass touchdown, had a few catches here and there, but he's still a special teams guy. He can punt return, kick return. So his chances went up. I want to say this, Darius Cooper made the team if we keep 6 wide receivers. It's hard for me to say, yeah, they're going to cut their draft picks from last year and then have a UDFA on the team. It's just the politics of football. I'm sorry, guys. I know Darius Cooper is probably better than Johnny Wilson and Ainias Smith. But the politics of football, hey, we drafted those guys. Those guys deserve opportunities. UDFA, we hope they make it to the practice squad, whatever. So, yeah, I would say this. Ainias Smith has a high chance. I still think Darius Cooper made the team. I think Darius Cooper should be the 4th wide receiver, but I just understand the politics of football. Sometimes it's not even always the best guy. It's the guy with the most upside and who we drafted. So we'll see. We'll definitely see if, Ainias Smith get cut or make the team. But I would say this. He definitely made a strong case. Johnny Wilson was pretty silent. I think he had a few snaps, but the quarterback play was horrendous. It was terrible. All right, so let's go to that defensive side of the ball. And the guy I really wanted to watch was the cornerback rooms in general. I wanted to watch Keely Ringo, see what he do. And then also Joe Carrigan Bennett and see what he do. So Keely Ringo, I don't think he was that great. Let's be honest. He just wasn't that good. I mean, he struggled. Let's be honest, man. He's just not a starting cornerback in this league. Sorry to break it. I don't think he's a starting cornerback in this league. But I will say this. Dory Jackson was no better. Dory Jackson looked bad out there. But, he might make the team because he could be a solid backup. But Dory Jackson and Keely Ringo, Just saying that. And that wasn't no Jamar chasing those guys out there. That was James Thrash and stuff like that. Like, come on, I don't think I seen Jerry Judy out there. So you get beat by those guys, and then week one we got to deal with like Pickens and those guys, and then just look at the division in general. Then you got to go with Elite Neighbors. Then Terry McLaurin looked like he's going to stay with the Washington Commanders, so you got to deal with him. So I think of the top tier receivers we got to play. That even with the Chiefs, we got Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. Do you think Adoree Jackson in his stage of his career can handle those guys? Absolutely not. Do you think Keely Ringo can handle those guys? Absolutely not. But I would say this, Ja'Carrion Bennett, he does give us the best option. He had a nice PBU. Can't front, can't lie. He looked decent. He looked decent out there. But I will say this, his injury history does scare me because if he get hurt, Keely Ringo, one of those guys, had to come in and sub in. Whereas though when Slay kept going down, I was cool with Isaiah Rodgers. I was cool. I'm like, okay, we still good. We got Isaiah Rodgers out there who's a starting caliber cornerback. But if Bennett or Quayon go down, I don't know. Adoree Jackson, Eli Ricks didn't even look that great. I'm being honest, he didn't. What? Who's going to come in and sub in for Quayon if he go down? Now you got Ja'Carrion Bennett, who I think is decent. I think he's I always say you get a C plus corner, you'll be fine. I think he's that C plus corner right now. Based on what I've seen, C plus, maybe B minus. I just got to see a little more before I go to like B, A, whatever. But I'm just saying who subs in for those guys. Isaiah Rodgers was a really good rotational guy. How about the curse? But F it, just put Cooper DeJean on the outside. If somebody goes down, I don't know. But that's just a wait and see because I think they were that bad. I thought after Ja'Carrion Bennett and Quayon Mitchell, there's just a huge, it's a huge gap. So I wasn't really happy with the CB2 play. But Ja'Carrion Bennett does give you like a little breath of fresh air. I have to say that. Now, the safety competition, Mukuba made a play. Made plays, I should say, like the fumble recovery, the pick. A lot of people saying like, oh, the pick was thrown to him, this, that, and the third. It was more of a bad read by the quarterback. But I see Eli Ricks last game. It was a bad throw, and it hit him right in the helmet. And you got to make those plays. So I would say this. Andrew Mukuba, see ball, get ball. Seen the ball, fumble, he go gets it. He could have returned that for a touchdown if that lineman didn't touch him in the leg. And the pick was like, okay, he's right there. He threw it to me, and I'm taking this to the house. So I got to salute Andrew Mukuba for that. Now, Sidney Brown, I thought he was fine. He did miss a tackle. I thought he was fine. But, Andrew Mukuba's back in the talks of, okay, should he start? I know a lot of people jumping the gun like he's a starter now. You just got to see a little more because in training camp, he was up and down. The game, he was perfect. I can't front. And we just got to see a little bit more consistency, or I got to hear a little bit more consistency. If he start, I'm an Eagles fan. If he's the starter caliber safety, let him start. Which I know I'm a Sidney Brown guy, but if he's better than Sidney Brown right now, and it's going to help the team win, it is what it is, because Sidney Brown could still be your special teams ace if it comes down to it. We know Sidney Brown. He's going to go for the big hit. He's going to punch the ball out. He's going to do those type of things. So even if he don't start as safety, his value will be somewhere. And I felt the same way about Andrew Mukuba because Andrew Mukuba, as he showed, he can catch interceptions. He's a ball hawk. He know how to get the ball. So even if he didn't start, I think he would have found his way on the field, like in dime packages and stuff like that. So Andrew Mukuba, back in the conversation. Linebacker play. I like Trotter Jr. I really do. Again, he showed those rookie tendencies. He see the play developing, but he doesn't finish it. Like, he seen like a run play happening. He goes after the running back, but whiffed on the tackle. Cool, you knew what was going on, but you can't whiff on that tackle. Now, Jahad Campbell, I thought he was great. Yeah, he had a couple miscues here and there, but that blitz, man, that sack, bro, whatever it's called, I heard it's called a creeper, whatever, blitz type, sim pressure. But whatever it was really smart by Jahad Campbell and a great play call by Vic Fangio or whoever was calling the plays during preseason. So overall, to me, even Smile Monday, I can't forget about Smile Monday. Overall, to me, besides Kyle McCord, to be honest, the rookies look great in the Smile Mondays and the Jahad Campbell, Andrew Mukuba. List goes on and on. So I thought the rookies were phenomenal. But let's talk about the D-line as well. Azeez Ojulari. Azeez, you know how to get that pressure. He did miss one. I thought he over pursued it. It was a wide receiver reversal. But if he just stayed to his spot and been patient, he would have got that wide receiver. Instead, went for a big gain. But other than that, he was getting pressure. I thought he's better than O'Shea and whoever else played. And a guy that was like right behind him, like damn near on the same level, who I think really deserves a shot, and I say this almost every year, is Patrick Johnson. Patrick Johnson is so consistent in the preseason anyway, because he don't really play in the regular season. And I'm like, why shouldn't he make this team? Why shouldn't he be like the last spot for the edge rushers? Time and time again, like he showed he's good. Show he could play in this league, in my opinion. I think he's a decent edge rusher. I really, really do. But I know Elliot Short Parks later tweeted like, yo, Patrick Johnson been getting some plays with the ones, so hopefully that's a sign he can make the team. But time and time again, he get cut, made the practice squad. Last year, I know the Giants gave him a shot. Whatever happened there, he ended up back in Philadelphia, showing out in the preseason once again. So I think he deserves a legit shot. We'll see if the Eagles do that. But my overall takeaway is that this rookie draft class is really strong. Third string, fourth string quarterback is really weak. I didn't think the running back play, and I like Montrell Johnson. He has some runs here and there, but I think the running back play was great because that all trickles down to the O-line. Offense, again, was just terrible, but the bright spot was Ainias Smith. Special teams tackling was horrendous. Third preseason game, is definitely going to be a snooze fest. It is what it is. We'll see what happened. Then, it's going to be some surprise cuts. There's always some surprise cuts, but some guys, man, they need a big day. Like, they need that third preseason game to show what they got. Keely Ringo again. Sidney Brown need positive buzz back on his name, even though I think he have a bad game at all. Angel Mukuba got to stay consistent. That's pretty much it. Bennett got to show he is CB2, so hopefully, he show up and show out. So all I got to say about that. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the game? I know it was a snooze fest, but if I wasn't a content creator, I probably would have went to sleep and then waited for another content creator to break down the game because, man, if you stood strong watching that game, salute to you. Salute to you, man. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.